Hello and welcome inside Hazeltine Field. Another beautiful evening for varsity football. I'm Agir Deliu, and what a great matchup we have in store for you guys here on El Segundo TV. It's a rivalry game between the Mira Costa Mustangs and your El Segundo Eagles. Both of these teams come into this matchup 1-1. Both of these teams tasted victory the first week of the season. Both tasted defeat last week. The Mira Costa Mustangs lost a close game to Lucerna 23-20, but it was a game that everyone showed up. Offense, defense, and special teams. It was just one of those games that got out of the Mustangs' hands. On the other hand, for the El Segundo Eagles, they had a tough matchup against North Torrance in a game that Coach Shevlin said was probably one of the worst performances El Segundo has put up in the last few years. It's a character game, though, that the El Segundo Eagles can learn from. We'll see here tonight. For more on the Mira Costa Mustangs, let's go to our newest broadcast colleague, Emily Griegli.
Thanks, Egidio. When I talked to Coach Morrow just a bit ago, he said offensively they really need to focus tonight on a balanced attack. And on the defense, he said their main point tonight is to apply pressure on Matthew Romero.
Thanks, Emily. The Mira Costa Mustangs defense has allowed almost 700 yards the last 2 weeks. We'll see if Matthew Romero and this offense can take advantage of that. For more on Romero and the El Segundo Eagles, let's go to Tolly Anderson.
Thanks, Egidio. Yes, most definitely. The Eagles are coming off of a tough loss against North Torrance. And earlier this week at practice, when I spoke with quarterback Matthew Romero, he said he was staying later after practice to run routes with his receivers. Let's see if it pays off. Back to you.
Thanks, Tolly. Well, no more talking. Let's watch some football. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. It's the Eagles versus the Mustangs next on El Segundo TV. Here come the Eagles for Week 3 action. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again from the booth. I'm Agir Deliu, Emily Griegli, and Tolly Anderson on the sidelines covering both of the El Segundo Eagles and the Mira Costa Mustangs. And we have a great game in store for you right now. Both of these teams, like I mentioned at pregame, coming off losses. Who will rebound? Who will learn from that loss? It was a loss, especially for El Segundo, that Coach Shevlin said these guys can learn from. It's a young team, and we'll see how they answer here tonight against rival Mira Costa. The captains for El Segundo tonight were Matthew Romero, Gunnar Rogers, Dylan Phillips, and Joey Gorte. Mira Costa won the coin toss, and they declined, so El Segundo will receive first. Back deep for the Eagles will be Gorte and Kyle Myers. Packed house here tonight at Hazeltine Field. In the third game in the series between the Mustangs and the Eagles. Jack Austin will be the kicker for the Mustangs, number 7. A game that all these players have waited for since last year. Here's Austin's kick. The senior gets us underway. And Kyle Myers will go all the way back in the end zone. And it's a touchback for El Segundo. The El Segundo Eagles offense had 281 yards in that loss to North Torrance. Only 99 yards passing for Matthew Romero. They did run the ball well, had 182 yards on the ground. The majority of those yards belonged to Armand Saison, who had 138. He was the bright spot in that loss against North Torrance. Here's a handoff as Gorte right up the middle for a short gain. Gain of about 3 on first down for the Eagles. Four carries for 19 yards for Joey Gorte last week. Had a fumble as well. And Coach Shevlin is looking for him to bounce back here tonight. The Mustangs showing blitz on second. Romero throws, looking for Phillips, has him, a first down for El Segundo. And move those chains, do the Eagles. Phillips went down at the 45-yard line. Phillips had 1 reception last week for only 26 yards. Has 3 receptions for 40 yards, make that 4 receptions now on the season. Last year had a total of only 3 receptions for 45 yards all season. Here's Romero under the center on 1st and 10 at the 45. Hands it off. Armand Saison straight up the middle for a gain of about 4.5 there. And a good start from the El Segundo Eagles. A good mix of plays here, well balanced, running and passing. Coach Shevlin says he wants to see Romero tonight be more of a traditional quarterback, stay in the pocket, look at his options and pass, and not rely on his run as much as he has in the past, especially last week at North Torrance. Romero on 2nd and 5 out of the shotgun as Armand Saison to his left. Romero looking to pass, has pressure in his face, and Romero goes down. Number 72 for the Mustangs, Bobby Valea, the senior, 6'1", 200 pounds, came right through. The Mustangs play a 3-4 defense. They will go to that 46 eventually here in the game. And when I talked to Coach Shevlin, he said this defense is so dangerous. They show so many different looks, and they do like to blitz. They've shown it here tonight early on. On 3rd and 12 for Romero out of the shotgun. Drops back, looks for Saison. Saison has some room, lowers his shoulder, and a nice gain, but way short of the first down as he goes out of bounds at the 50. It'll be 4th and 5 for El Segundo. Matthew Romero back in the punter role this time. Back deep for Mira Costa. Cole Trejo. Bad snap there, and the Mustangs almost have it. They're still scrambling for the ball. It's recovered by Mira Costa. Jake Salazar with the heads-up play, and the Mustangs have great field position on a miscommunication play from El Segundo. A bad snap. Romero could not hang on. They fought for the ball, and Jake Salazar ended up victorious in the battle and gave the Mustangs great field position as they start at their own, or at El Segundo's 33-yard line. Here comes Nick Carpino, the quarterback for the Mustangs, as Koda Thomasgaard to his right throws on 1st down and does connect Brody McKinnon. A gain of 8 on the play. McKinnon had 1 touchdown reception last week. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 170 pounds. No one over 6 foot at receiver for Mira Costa, so we'll see if that plays a factor in tonight's game. They're pretty evenly matched. No one over 6 foot at El Segundo's defensive backs. A man in motion for the Mustangs. Carpino looks to throw again, this one into the turf, incomplete. That'll be 3rd down. Carpino was 22 for 45 with 305 yards and 3 touchdowns last week in that loss to La Serena. Keeps it himself, Carpino, but goes nowhere, swallowed up by the Eagles defense. and led by number 24, Julian Rodriguez, who's making his first start of the season because James Emerald is out tonight. Fourth and short coming up for Mira Costa. And Rodriguez, a sophomore, 6 foot, 185, getting the start here. Emerald out with a concussion tonight. He's the leading tackler for El Segundo with 25. They're going for it, straight up the middle, and the quarterback keeper for Carpino. No signal yet, but it looks like they have the first down. And there it is, first down Mustangs. First and 10 at the 21-yard line. The Mustangs threatening, thanks to a bad snap on fourth down for the Eagles. Gave Mira Costa great field position on their first drive here. Carpino looks like he's going to go under center. Will hand off, and he goes nowhere. Once again, the Eagles defense steps up. That was Cole Trejo on the carry. Usually a receiver, they do use him at running back as well. And now he subs out with the starting running back, Coda Thermosgard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Mira Costa here. 4 receivers. Thermosgard to the right of Carpino. Carpino throws in the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs. Brody McKinnon with his 2nd touchdown of the season. And the Mustangs lead 6-0 here early on in the first quarter. Here is Jake Austin, the attempt at PAT. A bad snap, but the kick is good, and it's 7-0. Mira Costa over El Segundo. It was a good first drive for El Segundo, but on fourth down, a bad snap, miscommunication. Matthew Romero could not hang on. Jake Salazar recovered it, gave the Mustangs great field position to start their first drive. And they made them pay with a Carpino to McKinnon connection for a touchdown. So another test now for the young Eagles. Down early on in this rivalry game. How will they answer back? 6:43 here in the first quarter. Gorte and Kyle Myers back deep to receive. Jake Austin's kick deep once again in the back of the end zone, and another touchback. The Eagles will start at their own 20. The Mustangs coached by Don Morrow in his 26th year as the man in charge of the Mustangs. Coach Shevlin, 25 years at the helm. These guys have been around here for a long time. But these two schools, this is a rivalry renewed sort of, as Romero's under center, hands off, right up the middle to Gorte for a nice short gain on first down. Now, this rivalry started back in 2016 after these teams had not played for over 20 years. El Segundo beat Mira Costa in Mira Costa 18-14. And then last year, Mira Costa lost again to El Segundo here 21-6. Romero, quick throw. That's the number 13, Scott Melton. He comes inside, and he has a first down. It's good to have Scott Melton back in the lineup. He did not play in week 1. He was the leading receiver from the returning receivers from last year. Missed week 1, played last week, had only 1 reception though for 23 yards. Last season had 15 receptions for 224 yards and 1 touchdown. Armand Saison goes up the middle and a gain of about 1. Brought down there by Hank Dunlap, the junior defensive tackle. Can bring up 2nd and 8 for El Segundo. Gunnar Roger brings his men up to the line. One of the captains for the Eagles, Romero, out of the shotgun. Quick toss to Armand Saison. He's got white jerseys all over. He fumbles, and it's recovered by Mira Costa. Another El Segundo turnover. And the mistakes keep happening for El Segundo. Slade Gordon, number 39 on the recovery for the Mustangs. This time Saison with the fumble. And again in good territory. Mira Costa will take over here at El Segundo's 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Carpino. Keeps it himself on the fake handoff, has room. Carpino all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Mira Costa. One play and another touchdown for Mira Costa. Carpino kept it himself on the play action. And he showed his speed. He is a running quarterback. He showed it right there. Here's Jake Austin with the PAT attempt, and it is good. And the Mustangs lead 14-0 with 5 minutes and 2 seconds here in the first quarter. So things have gone from bad to worse for El Segundo. 2 drives, 2 turnovers for the Eagles. And coming off that bad loss to North Torrance, something needs to happen here for El Segundo to turn things around, and they need to stop the bleeding, as they say. Myers and Gorte back again to receive for the Eagles. They're sticking with that tandem. They haven't had a chance to run anything back. Both kickoffs have been in the end zone for touchbacks. Jake Austin will attempt his 3rd kickoff. Another high one. This one fielded at the 1, and Gortea will bring it back. And finally gets brought down at the 24-yard line. .455 remaining here in the first quarter. Already 2 scores off 2 turnovers from Mira Costa. Gives them the 14-0 lead. And the lights are on here. It's Friday night lights in full effect now, as we're getting in that cloud coverage. Romero on 1st down, looked to pass, but handed it off to Armand Saison, making it up for his last time he touched the ball. 1st down, El Segundo. I mentioned Armand Saison was the only bright spot for the Eagles last week. 13 carries, 138 yards, 2 receptions, 4 yards. The transfer last year from Santa Monica. Coach Shevlin is looking for him to do big things at that fullback position, a position that's kind of lost now in football. Play action, Romero looks deep. Looking for Melton, incomplete. There is a late flag coming in. Jake Salazar on the coverage. And usually a penalty there means it's on the defense. Let's get the official word here from the referee. This goes El Segundo's way. This could be a play that turns things around. Could be a Band-Aid for the Eagles momentarily. It's pass interference, and it is on Salazar and the Mustangs. An automatic first down for El Segundo, and the ball is spotted into Mustang territory. Right at the 46-yard line for El Segundo. That's where Romero will continue the drive out of the shotgun. Saison to his right, 4 receivers. He rolls to his right, gets it away, but underthrown. Did have some pressure in his face. Matthew Romero, the dual sport athlete, also plays baseball here at El Segundo. Talked to Coach Shevlin earlier. He said, which one is he leaning towards? He's a senior. He's going to perhaps look to play somewhere next year. And he said, I don't know, he loves both sports. He loves baseball and football. It's still early on in the senior year. He's got some time to decide. 2nd and 10 for Romero. Play action, gets it to Melton. Melton cuts it inside, makes a couple defenders miss. And another El Segundo first down. Move those chains. And you can see the difference that Scott Melton makes when he's in the lineup. Perhaps last week's game, his first game of the season, was a little rusty. Looks like he's back in form here tonight. 2 receptions already on the night. Melton to the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers up top. Romero under center, Saison behind him. Here's play action. Romero has time, throws, looking for Melton in the end zone. Touchdown, El Segundo. Fly, Eagles fly. Scott Melton flew in the end zone and just leaped in the air to grab that one. Right on cue. I was talking about the importance of having number 13 on the field, and right there he proved it. One of Romero's favorite targets this year. At least he said in the offseason, so he could not wait to get 13 back out there. Here's the PAT attempt for the Eagles, and it is good. Jose Hurtado with a PAT, and the Eagles trail by 7. It's 14-7 with 3:38 in the first quarter. What a game here on El Segundo TV. There's Coach Shevlin giving instructions to Nathan Cale, who's been quiet tonight, but was a good target for Romero in week 1, the game we did here against Peninsula. And that's what El Segundo needed, that big pass interference call against the Mustangs. And then Romero stuck in the pocket, threw it deep. And that's what Coach Shevlin wanted to see out of him here tonight. He said last week Romero perhaps relied on his legs more than his arm. And this week you wanted him to stay in the pocket, look at his reads, and he did just that a few minutes ago, and it worked. Here's the kickoff from Hurtado. Back deep is Cole Trejo. And Trejo will bring this one up. Gets smacked by an El Segundo defender. A big swarm of them. Connor Michael, first Eagle there to make the tackle. Carpino now will take over at his own 25-yard line, 1st and 10, 3:32 here in the first quarter. 4 receivers again. 1 man in motion for the Mustangs. Carpino gets it out quick to Matt Harry, and he's got a nice gain of about 9 on first down. There's a flag that came in there. Gonna go against El Segundo. Automatic first down. I believe that was roughing the quarterback. Carpino throws right away, gets it to his receiver, and out of bounds for a gain of about 5. Brody McKinnon on the reception, his second of the evening. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first. Second and 4 for Carpino coming up. The Eagles 4 men down. Cortada also coming up to the line. Carpino throws into coverage and a nice grab by the Mustangs. Number 85. 86, excuse me. Danny Malaya. These jerseys white on gold. A little bit hard to see these numbers from up here. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, 2:08 in the first quarter. Carpino out of the shotgun once again. Koda Thurmsgaard to his right. 3 receivers bunched up top. 1 to the bottom of your screen. Carpino throws right away again to McKinnon for another Mustangs first down. McKinnon, one of the few sophomores starting. J.B. Ravel, number 50, the center, also a sophomore for the Mustangs in the starting lineup. But that's not as surprising nowadays. A lot of sophomores start on varsity. It wasn't so common back when I played. Carpino throws a quick toss to McKinnon. He comes back inside. Spin move, trying to get away from the El Segundo defense. And finally goes down after a nice gain of about 6. Maybe more there on the play. Coach Shevlin said he wants to see more pressure from this front 4 here of El Segundo. Carpino keeps it himself again. Comes back to the right. Carpino has room. Touchdown, Mustangs. His second rushing touchdown of the evening for Nick Carpino. Nothing but room from number 3 to the right side of the field. And an easy score for Mira Costa with 38 seconds here in the first quarter. There's a flag that came in there. Encroachment on the defense will be declined, and they will attempt the point after. Jake Austin's kick is good once again, and it's 21-7 Mustangs over the Eagles. Get the fog rolling in now. 38 seconds here still in the first quarter. 21-7. El Segundo trailing Mira Costa. Austin will get set to kick it off once again. 1-16 back for the Eagles. This one a bouncer into the end zone. And the Eagles again will start from their own 20. The Eagles keep getting tested here. Now down 14. They were down 14 a few minutes ago. They answered with a big touchdown from Romero to Melton. See what they can put together in this drive. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Romero. Play action to Melton again. And another grab. Another nice grab. And another 1st down. They're bringing this one back. I'm guessing it was incomplete. It looked good from up here, but it might have hit the turf there. There we go, 2nd and 10 for Romero under center. Movement by the defense. They're saying it was the offense. Gerard Blanco. And it was Blanco, number 77, that flinched. And that's going to move El Segundo back another 5 yards. So 2nd and 15 coming up for the Eagles. 31.4 seconds here in the 1st quarter. You hear the student section, and they're still behind El Segundo, despite the score here early on. Romero dropped back, throws to Saison. Saison running through the Mira Costa defense, a nice gain, almost got all of that back. Going to be about 3 or 4 yards short of the 1st down. You mark them 3 yards shy of a 1st down, and they're going to let this clock wind down here, and that's going to wrap up the 1st quarter. After 1 quarter of football, it's 21-7. Mira Costa, as they have taken advantage of a few El Segundo mistakes, specifically 2 turnovers by the Eagles that have resulted in 2 touchdowns for the Mustangs. It was a wild 1st quarter, 4 total touchdowns. 3 by Nick Carpino, a passing one in his 1st drive, and then 2 rushing touchdowns. And then Matthew Romero to Scott Melton for an Eagles touchdown. And that brings up your score 21-7. Lots of action there in the 1st. We expected this to be a good game. Mira Costa has not won in the series since it got renewed. They're 0-2. And they will play again next year at Mira Costa. And then they will see after that if they're going to continue this rivalry. And the way why they're playing back-to-back is because Mira Costa wanted to renew for another 2 more games, but they wanted this year to play here. And so Coach Shevlin told me the other day at practice, so next year the Eagles will make the trip the next town over. Romero keeps it himself on 3rd and short. And looks like he's got a gain of about 6 right there and a 1st down. Romero under center on 1st and 10. Will hand off to Gorte. And Gorte gets brought down by a whole lot of white jerseys. Hank Dunlap, one of the first guys in the pile. Aiden Thomason also in there. It's 2nd and 5 for the Eagles at the 39-yard line. There's Gorte looking to have a bounce back week. Play action to Gorte. Romero rolls out, looking to keep it himself. He does. Stiff arms the defender, but goes nowhere. Brought down by Cole Trejo and a few other Mustangs. And it's going to bring up 3rd down for El Segundo. Like Tolly mentioned earlier in pregame, Romero was staying after yesterday at practice, throwing to his receivers, Armand Saison, Christoph Charles, a few of the other guys that stayed with him yesterday after practice. Got a few extra reps. Mira Costa blitzes. Romero rolls out, and he's got a 1st down and a few other extra yards as he wisely steps out of bounds. Good heads-up play by Romero there. And he is a good running quarterback, but Coach Shevlin said to me yesterday in our discussion, he said, if you want to play at the next level, the way you're going to get recruited is because of your arm, not because of your legs. And he wants him to sit in the pocket and look at his reads and make those throws. He has a big arm. He can definitely make the throws. Hands off. Gorte coming up the right side. And he's close, very close, inches away of another 1st down. Let's see if they give it to him, and they will move the chains. Another El Segundo 1st down. Gorte getting his momentum back. Had a touchdown in week 1 here against the Panthers. He's another player that's looking to do big things by this coaching staff. With Armand Saison up the middle for a short gain. El Segundo has been known for some great running backs the last few seasons. Paz Tawese, Danny McEntee. Last year, this game, the Eagles against the Mustangs, it was the Danny McEntee show. He had 3 total touchdowns in a game which El Segundo won 21-6. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 kickoff return for a touchdown. Number 5 was a special player. Hope he's doing good out there. Romero under pressure, throws, and it's intercepted by Mira Costa. Underthrown ball by Romero right into the hands of Luke Weaver. Eight minutes and 52 seconds here in the 2nd quarter. Romero throws an interception. He had 3 last week in that game against North Torrance. He's got 4 on the season. Another turnover by El Segundo. That's 3 on the night. And the Mustangs will take over at the 21-yard line, but there is a whistle. Looks like a timeout was taken by Mira Costa with 8 minutes and 52 seconds here in the 2nd quarter. They will have a chat. Coach Shevlin will have a chat with his guys. The first 2 turnovers by the Eagles have resulted in 2 touchdowns from the Mustangs. teams come out of the timeout. 8:52 here in the second quarter. 2 timeouts now remaining for Mira Costa, 3 for El Segundo. First and 10 out of the own 21-yard line for Carpino and company. Carpino hands it off. Thermos guard. He goes up the middle. Goes halfway to a first down. Ben Rosas on the tackle. Carpino throws right up the middle for another Mustangs first down. That's Jackson Fisher with the reception. In week 1, Fisher had 2 receptions for 91 yards. His first of the night comes with 8 minutes and 10 seconds here in the second quarter. Carpino, who's also a running quarterback, has thrown pretty well here tonight. They have 4 receivers now on first and 10. Throws into traffic, gets it to McKinnon. And McKinnon's close to another first down, about a yard shy. Jackson Ross, one of the tacklers for El Segundo. Carpino goes again under center on 2nd and 1. Hands it off. Thermos guard has it. A few extra yards before he's brought down once again by Jackson Ross. Seven minutes and 13 seconds remain in the second quarter. 21-7 your score. No huddle from the Mustangs this time. They're looking for their play to the sidelines. First and 10 at the 47-yard line. Looking to get in the Eagles' territory here. Carpino out of the shotgun. Hands it off. Thermos guard right up the middle for a nice gain on first down. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. They are in Eagles territory now as they cross the 50. You notice Carpino, when he's in the shotgun position, he'll smack his hands to let the center know to hike the ball. Something a lot of college quarterbacks do nowadays. Carpino looks to throw, and off the hands of Jackson Fisher. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs. Third and 6 at the 49-yard line. Carpino again out of the shotgun. 3 receivers bunched up top. Carpino throws deep, has his man completed. And that's the big tight end, Eddie Berga-Donovan, the 6'2", 205 senior. A big first down for the Mustangs. Under 6 minutes to play now in the second quarter. At the 30, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 5:43, Carpino throws off the hands of Berga-Donovan. Carpino goes right back to the big tight end. Surprisingly, they haven't used him early on, although they haven't needed to. Again, the Mustangs staying lined up. No huddle. Everyone's looking to the sidelines to get the play. They do. Carpino sticking out of the shotgun, has one of his receivers in motion. That's Jackson Fisher. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself right up the middle, but is swallowed up by a few blue jerseys. One of them, Ben Rosas. Julian Rodriguez also in on the action. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for Mira Costa. The Mustangs, interesting enough here, they've had the same schedule as last year. They played the same teams. They're also going to play the same team next week as well as they did last year. 3rd and long. Big defensive play right here for El Segundo, and there's a whistle. That's going to go against the offense. That's going to give El Segundo 5 more yards of breathing room. .456 remaining in the second quarter. Nick Villa sprints. There's a late substitute. Carpino throws. Looking deep, no one there. But James Freilich. That's going to bring up 4th and 13 for Mira Costa. They are in Eagles territory at the 33-yard line. They're lined up to go for it. Carpino. 4:52. There's movement. There's flags. That's a false start on the offense, and that's going to move him back another 5 yards. And now, perhaps maybe Mira Costa thinks about punting, but still, they're at the 38-yard line. The Eagles' 38-yard line. It's 4th and 18 officially. So it looks like they are going to punt it. There's Carpino for the pooch punt. And this one will roll all the way down, looks like at the 1-yard line. So a good punt by Carpino. And if things weren't tough enough for El Segundo, now they're going to start their next drive at the 1-yard line. .439 remaining here in the second quarter, 21-7. After that crazy first quarter, 4 touchdowns. It's been quiet here in the second. Here's Romero. The Mustangs showing blitz. They bring him. Romero gets it out quick, and it's incomplete. Intended for Dylan Phillips. Dan Heck, the longtime defensive coordinator, having a chat with Nick Villa and Julian Rodriguez. Christopher Charles joins him. .434 remaining in the second. Romero. Can he pull something out of the bag here? Timeout El Segundo. They want to talk about it more. The Eagles take their first timeout with 4 minutes and 34 seconds here in the second quarter. Down 21-7. I mentioned the the Mustangs have had the same schedule this season as they did last year, at least the first few games of the year. For El Segundo, it's been a couple of new opponents, week 1 and 2. They played Peninsula in week 1 and then North Torrance last week. Some new opponents, 2 teams that they hadn't seen in a long, long time. And Mira Costa sticking to their usual. The Mustangs do get a couple of new teams in the Bay League this year. They have Lusinger and Centennial joining them. The Ocean League remains the same in 2018. Here come the Eagles, 2nd and 10, out of their own 1. They run it. They do get some breathing room. That's Joey Gorte on the carry. Moves him up now to the 7. Gain a 6 on the play for Gorte. We're over 4 minutes here in the second quarter. Romero out of the shotgun. Rolls. Has pressure. Gets it away, incomplete. There was a receiver there. James Freilich was there. A good heads-up play by Romero to get it out of his hands. We'll bring up 4th down, though, for El Segundo. Definitely a punting situation here for the Eagles. Romero will drop back the punt. It's another interesting thing. He's a great punter, but it's interesting to see nowadays a lot of these quarterbacks punt as well. I guess it's a good decoy to have out there because you never know if they're actually going to go for it or punt it, as that punt rolls out of bounds right at the, looks like the 37-yard line. Or they mark it actually right at the 35. That's where Mira Costa will take over with 3 minutes and 41 seconds here in the second quarter. Up 21-7. So Carpino and company will start their drive under center. Carpino has time, gets it off to Berga Donovan for a big catch and run. There's a flag on the play. There's a holding call there on Mira Costa. And that's going to move the Mustangs back. Moves him back 10 yards. First and very long for Mira Costa with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Hand off. Thermersgaard. He's got some space. He did fumble the ball, but it goes out of bounds. It will remain Costa ball. .27 now remaining here in the second. Got a few of those penalty yards back there on that run from Coda. The Mustangs had negative 34 yards rushing last week. So far this week, they've definitely improved on those numbers. The running game was not working at all last week. Play action, and just thrown away intended for McKinnon. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15 for the Mustangs. This is also the first road game for Mira Costa. They started the season week 1 and 2 at home. El Segundo has been home and away. The Eagles lost 1 time at home last year. They were 4-1 at home. Looking to defend his home turf. Carpino on 3rd and 15. Throws deep in the end zone. Incomplete. Great coverage by Kyle Myers. That was intended for Luke Weaver. And Kyle Myers played quarterback right there, as good as anybody. That's going to bring up a big 4th and 15 now for Mira Costa. A touchdown saving play by Myers. The junior is only 5'10", 165. Leaped up that play though. Mustangs line up to go for it on 4th and 15 at the El Segundo 40. 4 receiver set, 3 up top. Carpino now drops back to punt, and he will do so. A pooch punt by Carpino. This one will roll. Looks like it will get downed at the 12. I mentioned a few minutes ago, it's interesting to see a quarterback punt, just in case he gets hit last minute or anything like that. But it's also, you do have that advantage of having him out there. You could fake the defense. Not there when you're 4th and 15, but if it's 4th and short, the defense doesn't know if you're going to go for it or if you're going to punt. So it's a good advantage, I guess. But a lot of teams are doing that, especially here in high school. Romero under center. They'll hand it off to Gorte. Gorte inside. And it's taken down hard by big number 75, Tommy Udaraga. Second and 5 for El Segundo. 2:42 and counting. Down 21-7 are the Eagles. Romero throws. Gorte has it. First down, El Segundo. They move the chains. The clock does continue. .226, 2:25. The Eagles do have 2 timeouts, though. Keep in mind. They're at their own 30. 1st and 10 for Romero. 4 receiver set. Saison there to block. There's pressure. Romero looking to escape. The Mustangs had his ankle. And then 54, Jordan Corral came in and finished the job. Clock keeps going, under 2 minutes now. Loss of about 5. 2nd and 15 at the 25-yard line. And a timeout by El Segundo with 1:52 here in the second quarter. Excuse me, there's a Mira Costa timeout. We'll chuck it off to them. 1:52 here before we hit the locker rooms for halftime. 21-7 your score. Nick Villa chatting it up with his teammates. Who's going to step up for the Eagles? Scott Melton's doing his part. And Coach Shevlin told me yesterday he just wants to see good football. He said last week he felt the team got away from that. They got away from just focusing on their assignment and just playing football. But regardless of the score this week, he just wants to see him do well. Romero rolls, gets it to Melton, goes off his hands. It's a last-minute throw. As Romero's getting chased down and it's incomplete. We'll stop the clock at 1 minute and 47 seconds. But it will be 3rd and 15 for El Segundo. Good crowd here in this rivalry game. The student section has a whiteout going on. Mira Costa, of course, made the trip. They're only a mile or two away. They're in the next town over, literally. 147, Romero, 3rd and 15 at his own 25-yard line. Throws, looking for Charles, and it's underthrown. On the coverage was Jackson Fisher. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Despite the turnovers in the first quarter, El Segundo's offense was moving the chains at least. In the second quarter, they've been a little more stagnant. We'll see what adjustments they make at halftime as Romero back to punt at his own 25-yard line. Gets it off, a nice punt. Trejo back to receive. Brings it back. He's got room. He finally gets brought down at about the 28, 27-yard line there. A good run back. Well, Trejo, the senior, is a big part of the offense the last 2 weeks. For Mira Costa has been kind of quiet here tonight. We've called his name a few times. The Mustangs offense takes over at the Eagles' 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for Carpino. 1:30 remaining here in the second. Carpino throws straight down the middle, has his man, and has another touchdown. Cooled by Brody McKinnon with his second reception, touchdown reception of the evening. Austin with PAT, and it is good. It's 28-7, your score. 1:23 here in the second quarter. The Mustangs lead the Eagles. Three to 15 for the second time tonight has worked and has gone in the end zone. In a lethal combination. Again, McKinnon, only a sophomore, does have a little height, listed at 5'11", 170. Had a touchdown also last week, so he has 3 on the season. Also to note, the Mustangs will get the ball back to start the third quarter. They declined the coin toss. See what kind of adjustments El Segundo and Coach Shevlin make here. Carpino so far has carved him up. Here's a kick on the ground, mishandled by El Segundo for a minute. They do get it back. Luis Beas on the recovery. Beas actually leads the team in sacks with 2, and a few other guys have 1. On 1st and 10 with 1:17 here in the second. Romero and company will start at their own 40. Still a lot of time. They do have 2 timeouts. Romero rolls out, connects to Dylan Phillips. Nice move by Phillips to duck and let the defender go over him. On first down, a nice play, a gain of about 6. Video game sort of a move there by Dylan Phillips. There's Romero, quick screen pass to Gorte. Gorte sheds a defender, stiff arms another one and has a first down. And then he crawls to try to get out of bounds. They do get the first down though, 43 seconds now on the clock. They do have 2 timeouts, remember that. As they are now in Mustang territory. Clock's rolling, 38 seconds, 36 now. Romero throws. Kale, the intended receiver, and is way overthrown. And we'll stop the clock with 31.9 seconds. They're at the Mustangs' 48-yard line. Again, 2 timeouts in the back pocket of Coach Shevlin. See where he uses them here. It would be nice if the Eagles can get some sort of points off this drive going into halftime. Perhaps swing some of that momentum back to the guys in blue. Romero on 2nd and 10 at the 48. Stops, throws for Kale, overthrown right through the hands of Nathan Kale. That does stop the clock with 28.3 seconds. Actually, a personal foul being called on Mira Costa. My apologies, didn't see that flag come out there. But if you're an El Segundo fan, you will definitely take this one. It's a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down for the Eagles with 28.3 seconds. They are now at the Mira Costa 32-yard line. Romero on 1st and 10, scrambles. Got a block, throws it, finally gets it away. Incomplete, does stop the clock with 21.3 seconds. Now the Eagles will use one of their 2 timeouts. And with 21.3 seconds, they will talk about what to do next. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line of Mira Costa. El Segundo trailing 28-7. 4 of those touchdowns came in the first. It was a quiet second quarter until the last few seconds. There you see the student section all supporting the El Segundo Eagles, all in the white shirts, the whiteout I was talking about a few minutes ago. And this crowd is always hot, supporting their Eagles. And they'll be here next week when El Segundo takes on Torrance. And then for homecoming on October 5th against Beverly Hills. Good place to be on Friday night, under the lights. Romero on 2nd and 10. 21.3 seconds. Can he pull some magic off? Romero pump fakes, has pressure, steps back, now comes forward and gets wrapped up by a whole lot of Mustangs, led by Hank Dunlap and Tommy Udaraga. Coach Shevlin does call his final timeout and stops the clock at 9.4 seconds. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. See what they do. 9.4 seconds. Maybe a quick pass. And then try to attempt a field goal. This is a far distance. Eagles have two kickers on the squad. Number 14, Daniel Zavala and Jose Hurtada. Maybe even use Christoph Charles out there, who scores those goals during soccer season. 3rd and long for El Segundo, 9.4 seconds. There's movement, there's flags. And that one on the Eagles, a false start on the offense. And once again, things go from bad to worse for El Segundo. On 3rd and very long, Romero looks to throw, has pressure as the Mustangs bring blitz, but Romero has running room. Romero almost to another first down. Do they have any time remaining? The scoreboard says 0. There is a flag, though, that came in. I believe it's going to be a hold, though, on El Segundo. It is a hold on the Eagles. And that's going to do it. At the half, Mira Costa leads El Segundo 28-7. We'll be back with 3rd quarter action right here on El Segundo TV. Welcome back, everyone, to El Segundo TV Varsity Football. It's the Eagles and the Mustangs at the half. The Mustangs lead 28-7. Right now, let's go down to Emily with a hit.
Thanks, Egidio. When I was able to catch up with Coach Morrow on his way into the locker room, I asked him about the 2 run plays made by quarterback Nick Carpino for touchdowns, and he said those were design run plays. Right now, his legs are very valuable and his hand is very hot, so he's glad to have seen the touchdowns made by Carpino. When I asked him about what does he expect and how is the momentum going to continue on in the second half, he said, I need to remind these guys that we've been here before in week 1 against Francis, and unfortunately they lost the game to St. Francis. So he needs to make sure that these guys run their plays and not get lackadaisical.
And we'll see both of these teams, what they drew up with here at the half. And again, the Mustangs won the coin toss, declined, so now they will get the ball to start this 3rd quarter. And Trejo back to get the kickoff. Zavala kicks it deep. Trejo has it, and he's going to bring it back. A short return, brought down at about the 20. Let's go to Tolly Anderson.
Thanks, Egidio. I spoke with Coach Steve Shevlin coming into the second half. He said quarterback Matthew Romero is doing phenomenal tonight, and that more or less maybe some of the problems are more mental, and that he sees a lot of effort from these players. Back to you.
From the first half, it was Carpino to McKinnon for a touchdown. Then Carpino rushed it in for the second score, making it 14-0. Then Romero to Scott Melton, 14-7. Carpino rushed touchdown once again, 21-7. And then it was Carpino to McKinnon once again for a deja vu touchdown. And that brings us to 28-7. High snap for Carpino. Nice spiral down for McKinnon once again. Incomplete. Great coverage by the junior James Freilich. Freilich only listed at 5'8", where McKinnon's listed at 5'11". Number 6 won that battle there. Who's going to step up from this El Segundo defense and make a play here? 4 down linemen. Show blitz. Handoff up the middle. Torrance guard really goes nowhere. Big senior running back. Hasn't had too many breakout runs tonight. And that brings up 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. .11-13 here in the 3rd quarter. Carpino out of the shotgun. Has Torrance guard to his right. And there's a whistle. It's going to blow that play dead. Now it's going to be against Mira Costa. It's going to push him back, making this 3rd down a little bit more difficult for the Mustangs. Let's go to Tolly Anderson.
Thanks, Segundo. One thing I do have to make mention here, the student section is unreal. They're all wearing white. It is considered a whiteout. I clearly did not get the memo, nor did the team, because they're wearing navy. But it's unreal, the outcome that always happens here on this field. It's always a sellout.
Here's Carpino, rolls, looking to throw, has plenty of time, gets it across, it's intercepted! Intercepted by the Eagles. A huge turnover play. Dylan Marquez Wasson. What an interception. Right on cue, as I mentioned a few minutes ago. Who's going to step up from this El Segundo defense and make a big play? And number 11 raised his hand and said, I'll do it. So Romero will now take over 1st and 10 into Mustang territory at Mira Costa's 30. Hands it off. Armand Saison up the middle. And a nice gain of about 5. Coach Morris said it, we can't get comfortable with this lead. He told Emily there at the half. And you never know, you cannot relax until the clock strikes 0-0. The Eagles' offense is so dangerous, they can also strike at any time. Handoff to Saison once again up the middle, dragging defenders with them, and has enough for a 1st down. Inside the 20. Spotted at the 19. Good run from Armand Saison. Under center, 2-back formation for the Eagles. 1st and 10. The Mustangs bring in blitz. Armand Saison goes nowhere, is wrapped up by a bunch of Mustangs. Tommy Udraga was there. AJ Oshodi was there. That pushed him back 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 13 from Mira Costa's 23-yard line. James Freilich in the backfield as a running back. Armand Saison as well at fullback. Old school formation. Romero escapes a blitz right there, but goes down back at the line of scrimmage. Wow, was that quick? The one thing Coach Shevlin told me yesterday at practice was this defense, they blitz, and they blitz out of places that you don't even see. They're so fast, and they bring so many different guys, and they showed it right there. I didn't catch the number of whoever it was that came through. I want to say 39, Slade Gordon, I believe it was, the outside linebacker. Now Gordon looks like moves to the middle linebacker. Romero on play action on third down. It's intercepted by the Mustangs. And just like that, El Segundo gives it right back. And an interception by Coda Thermosgard. And we're back to where we started. Nick Carpino, 1st and 10 at his own 11. High snap a little bit. They do manage to get it off. A run for the Mustangs. Really goes nowhere. Bailey Greenberg was there on the tackle. Luke Personis with the carry. Cole Trejo now in the backfield. Mustangs hand it off to Trejo. Gets positive yards. David Van Horn, number 54 in and defensive tackle for the Eagles. Carpino's pass is caught. Cole Trejo with the reception. Not enough for a first down. Will bring up 4th and short for Mira Costa. And here comes the punting unit. The ball is spotted at their own 19-yard line. And a smart decision to punt it. Fralick back the punt return, but is downed by Eddie Bergadonovan. A good starting field position for the Eagles here on this drive. Just outside of Mustang territory. See how Romero answers back. Has thrown 2 interceptions tonight. Has 5 on the season. Romero, who last year had 19 touchdowns with 7 interceptions all year long. First and 10, a bad snap and a fumble by Romero. Gets it back, has space. No one in front of him, leaps over a defender, and Matthew Romero finally goes down at the 33-yard line. There is a flag, though. And what a highlight reel play that was right there. He plays baseball. I didn't know he could run track. That was a hurdle right there. Definitely woke up this crowd. But let's see what the penalty is. I believe they're going to call unsportsmanlike on the Eagles for that hurdle. We'll leave that one alone. But it does bring the Eagles way back, and there you see frustration on Coach Shevlin. Wow is right, if you could read lips. And that's what we're thinking here. But it's 1st and 18 for El Segundo, moves them all the way back to their own 40 now, with 5 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 4 defensive backs. They're playing deep. Almost intercepted again. The throw from Romero. Intended for Melton. Lots of white jerseys there, though, thrown into traffic. A dangerous throw. This defense from the Mustangs, coached by Ray Lee, who's been there the same amount of time as Don Morrow, 26 years, coaching at Mira Costa as the defensive coordinator. Romero under center, a quick screen pass to Kale, and he gets wrapped up by 4 Mustangs. Kale gets his 7th reception of the season. Has 1 touchdown on the year, and that came in week 1 here at home against Peninsula. 3rd and 14 for Matthew Romero. 5:07 remaining in the third quarter. Ball spotted at their own 44-yard line. The Mustangs show blitz. There's a flag. And that's a false start. They call it on Justin Delgado, number 67. And that makes this third down much more difficult for the Eagles to convert. Third and a whole lot for Romero. Pump fakes, escapes the pocket, rolls out, and gets wrapped out of bounds. And there it's going to draw some laundry for sure. Hank Dunlap on the tackle. And you cannot hang on to a quarterback that long once he's out of bounds. They will call that every time. There it is, unsportsmanlike on 63, Hank Dunlap, the junior. And it's going to be from the spot of the foul, where they add these yards on, but on 3rd and very long, it will definitely be beneficial. And you see the fog creeping in. The El Segundo offense is looking to creep into the end zone a few more times. And this big penalty will help them do that. As the ball now gets spotted at the Mira Costa 39-yard line with 4 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We thank you for joining us here on El Segundo TV. Gideon DeLiu up here in the booth. Emily Grigley and Paulie Anderson on the sidelines. Here's Romero on 1st and 10. They run the ball. Short gain on 1st down. Armand Saison, the carrier. Gain of 1 on the run. Clock keeps rolling. 4:14 here in the third. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. Julian Rodriguez, number 24, in at fullback. Romero out of the I formation. Fakes it to Saison, throws deep, has Christoph Charles in the end zone. No signal by the referee. There it is, touchdown, El Segundo. What a beautiful play by Romero to Charles. Here's the PAT attempt, and it is good from the kick of Jose Hurtada. 28-14, the Mustangs lead the Eagles with 3 minutes and 48 seconds now in the third quarter. Old school I formation for the Eagles on that touchdown. It was a play action fake to Saison. And Romero stepped a little bit to his right, got some room, and threw a beauty in the end zone to Christoph Charles. What an athlete number 5 is. And we're learning that each game. He was also a big part of that 2018 soccer CIF championship. Had a goal in the championship game right here on this field. And now a big touchdown for Christoph Charles. Paul Trejo back to receive for the Mustangs. A short kick actually out of bounds. For all the flags. It'll be a pretty decent starting position for Carpino and the Mustangs. All smiles there by Shevlin and Romero. And why not? What a touchdown throw that kid just made right there. And gives the Eagles some hope here late in the third quarter. The Mustangs will take over at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Carpino. 3:48 remaining in the third quarter. The senior quarterback has one receiver to his left, one up top. The big back, Coda Thermosguard next to him. Gives it to Thermosguard. He gets outside, has some room, and is speared down by El Segundo. Dylan Phillips on the tackle. Good gain though by Coda. Gain of 9 on the play, or 8 officially. Brings up 2nd and 2 for the Mustangs. Shotgun formation. Coda, no, play action to Coda. Carpino keeps it himself, has space at the corner. There is a flag in the backfield. And they probably will bring this one back. He did have enough for the first down on the run. And it is a holding call on the Mustangs. .9% of the time when you get a flag in the backfield, it's against the offense, and it's usually a hold, and it goes backwards. And that was the story there. And we'll bring up 2nd and long for Carpino at his own 30. I do like the all gold helmets for the Mustangs though. Clean look. Play action by Carpino. Wide open to his tight end, Berga Donovan. And enough for another Mira Costa first down before being brought down by Christoph Charles. Looks like Eddie Berga Donovan is down. The senior tight end taking his time to get up. They will check on him. He's a big target in this offense, and he just showed it right there. 2:53 remaining in the third quarter. 28-14 your score. The Mustangs are driving and just got another first down. And Berga Donovan seems to be okay, shaking the cobwebs off and walks back to his sideline. Good shot of the crowd. Packed house here to see this rivalry game between these two towns that are right next to each other. First and 10 at the 46-yard line. Carpino hands off to Thermosgard. He's going to come outside, runs inside now, makes one defender miss, has spaces at the 30, and goes out of bounds. A first down and a whole lot more. Nick Villa perhaps saved a touchdown there to push Coda out. They'll stop the clock at 2 minutes and 42 seconds here in the third. The Mustangs drove deep into Eagle territory at El Segundo's 30 and get a fresh set of downs. It'll be first and 10 from there for Carpino. Man in motion, Jackson Fisher. Looks for Fisher, but does connect to Matt Harry. And another Costa first down. Harry had one reception in the first quarter, the second of the evening. First and 10 at the 18. Carpino looks, throws to the corner, through the hands of the intended receiver. Once again, Danny Malaya, the target. He listed at 6'2", 190, sophomore. And there's the Eagle mascot, rooting everybody on. There's usually two of them. One of them's missing. Must have flown away. 1:52 in the third quarter. Second and 10 for Costa. Carpino looking to throw right away. Intended for Eddie Berga Donovan. Threw it up the middle into traffic. It's incomplete and brings up Mira Costa third down. They'll stop the clock at 1:48 here in the third. See if this defense can stop the Mustangs. Carpino with Thermosgard to his right. Thermosgard goes out. Carpino in the end zone, touchdown. Guess who? Once again, his favorite target, Brody McKinnon, for the third touchdown reception of the evening. Jack Austin puts up one more point on the scoreboard, and it's now 35-14. Mira Costa leading El Segundo with 1:42 remaining in the third quarter. That's been the story all night long. When the Eagles make a good play, a positive play, and get some momentum back, just like that, Carpino and company score in an instant. Jack Austin will be the kickoff man. Gorte and Myers back there once again. It's actually caught before Gorte. That's 20. Elijah Dunn Jr. He's got some speed. And he has a nice return. See where they mark it at. Right at, looks like, at the 35-yard line. Let's go down the field. Emily Grigley.
Gidio, I wanted to give you an update on number 9 tight end Eddie Berger-Donovan over on Mira Costa. He is being evaluated for his right shoulder being tweaked a little bit on the sidelines by the training staff, but I was told that it is likely that he will return. Back up to you.
Thanks, Emily. As Matthew Romero gets sacked there on that play. Loss of a few, but there are some penalties on the field. That's what's so dangerous about this defense. They come out of nowhere. Penalties go against Mira Costa. Positive sign for El Segundo. A holding on Mira Costa. Automatic first down. Ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line. Fresh set of downs from Matthew Romero. A minute 24. The clock ticks here in the third quarter. Both teams have all of their timeouts here in the second half. Good shot of Romero. And all those Eagles. Play action by Romero. Intercepted again. And here come the Mustangs, trampling back in the end zone. Touchdown. Brody McKinnon once again. It wasn't even on the defensive depth chart, must have plugged him in there. And the sophomore is having one heck of a night. 3 receiving touchdowns on offense and now an interception returned for a touchdown on defense. What a play. I'm looking on my defensive depth chart. I didn't even see number 15 on there. And all of a sudden he pops up. Takes it all the way to the house for another touchdown. It looks like Mira Costa will go for 2. Carpino throws. And it's incomplete. It was intended for Jackson Fisher. So the touchdown didn't count.
We take that back. The touchdown did not count. Now it's a touchdown. They called it back, so it wasn't a two-point conversion. It was an attempt to score. So now Carpino rushes it himself. He has the touchdown. So scratch all of that. And we're having just as rough of a night up here as this El Segundo defense. Now the PAT is good. And now it's 42-14. .9 seconds now in the third, as we got all that straightened away. We got ahead of ourselves there. In the end, same result for the Mustangs, another score. It just came 2 plays later than what we said. We predicted the future there. And the Mustangs will kick it off once again. Jack Austin will be the one to boot it away. Austin's kick is short. As Dylan Marquez Wasson on the recovery. First and 10 for Romero with 46.5 seconds here in the third. They take over at their own 37-yard line, down 42-14. Romero drops back. Armand Saison with a screen pass. Saison does not go down, and the second effort by the Coastal defense finally does, right at the 45-yard line. Clock winding down, under 20 seconds in the third. Romero, second and short, gets it to Gorte. Gorte has enough for a first down. Just shy of Mira Costa territory here. 1 yard away, 6 seconds. And that's going to wind it down. And that will do it. After 3 quarters of football, the Mustangs lead the Eagles 42-14. There's a quarter of interceptions there in the third. Mira Costa threw one, then El Segundo gave it right back, and then a crucial interception by Matthew Romero late in the third. That one was thrown right in the hands of Brody McKinnon. Thought he got in the end zone, was shy, about 1.5 yards. And Carpino said, "Don't worry, I'll finish this drive." He took it in the end zone himself for another rushing touchdown. And that brings us to 42-14 as we start the fourth quarter. Romero on 1st and 10, scrambles. Now he's running it himself, gets a good block in front of him, and goes out of bounds. See if they mark him enough for a first down, and he does. Good run by Matthew Romero as we start the fourth quarter. It's 42-14. El Segundo trailing. Another fresh set of downs for Matthew Romero. Out of the shotgun. 4 receiver set. Armand Cesant to his left. A low snap. Romero gets it, but not in time as he's swallowed up by the Mira Costa defense. A loss of about 3 on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 13 for El Segundo. Ball spotted at the Mira Costa 37-yard line. Romero throws off the hands of Christoph Charles, who takes a big hit. Jake Salazar came in with the hit stick there. Charles had an incredible touchdown reception in the third quarter. Got shooken up there a little bit. That's going to bring up 3rd and 13 for the Eagles. Armand Cesant to the left of Romero. Drops back. Screen pass to Cesant, and he gets swallowed up right away by Jordan Corral. .10:48 remaining in the game. 4th and 12 coming up for the Eagles. A gain of about 1 there on that catch by Cesant. You see that fog creeping in. Makes it for good football weather here. As good as it's going to get in Southern California. Romero rolls. They're going for it on 4th down. Has space, has running room, has a block, and has a first down, it looks like. Yes, he does. 10 minutes and 12 seconds. Here in the fourth quarter, Romero is not giving up. Rushes to another El Segundo first down. That was a good play to take off there. Waited, saw his opening, then picked up a block, and got enough needed for a first down. Here's Romero, 1st and 10, messes up the snap, gets it back, and goes down instantly. Thermosgard was there, as well as Slade Gordon. A loss of a few. .940 and counting. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Romero throws again down the middle to Gorte. Nice catch by Joey Gorte, and another El Segundo first down. Good offensive drive by the Eagles here, moving these chains. But down 42-14, the clock is the enemy now. And there's 9 minutes and 8 seconds and counting left in the ball game. Romero once again out of the shotgun. At the Costa 17. Throws for the end zone. Gorte, the intended receiver. Touchdown, El Segundo. Gorte was so pumped up, he knocked down James Freilich. But hey, he'll take it. They just got another touchdown. There's the official sign and an El Segundo touchdown here with 8 minutes and 53 seconds. Matthew Romero to Joey Gorte. The Eagles looking to get the right personnel out there for this PAT attempt. Jose Hurtado, the kicker, gets it off and it is good. And now the Eagles trail 42-21 with 8 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the ball game. A good offensive drive there, finished off by a touchdown. There's Den Heck giving instructions to this defense, perhaps a couple of defensive plays. Like I said, the clock is the enemy now, 8:53 remaining, although both teams actually have all of their timeouts here in the second half. You never say never. Daniel Zavala will be the kicker on the kickoff. Cole Trejo back for the Mustangs. An onside kick attempt, and it goes right into the hands of Jackson Fisher for a Costa recovery. Only a few seconds taken off. It's 8:51 now in the game. Good shot of where the ball is. Just shy of the 48 there. And that's where Carpino and his offense will take over. Carpino out of the shotgun. Hands it off. That's Trejo on the sweep around. Good defensive play by the Eagles. Marcellus Henry, one of the first guys to get there. First time we've said his name. Julian Rodriguez. Mentioned the starting middle linebacker for James Amaral. He's done a pretty decent job here tonight. Right up the middle they go, and right up the middle, a catch by Eddie Berga Donovan. Moves the chains for Mira Costa. First down and a few more yards as the Mustangs gallop all the way to the 34-yard line of El Segundo. First and 10. 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the match, in the game. Hand off to Trejo. Trejo goes outside, comes back in, tries a spin move of his own, has a whole lot more yards than he needed for a first down, and finally brought down by a pack of Eagles. That moves the chains and keeps the clock moving as well. 7:27 and counting. Ball now at the 17-yard line of El Segundo. Carpino and company threatening once again. Fisher in motion. Carpino looks to him, gets it to Fisher. A good completion down the middle. In the red zone. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line for the Mustangs. First and goal for Mira Costa. Out of the shotgun. 6 minutes and 48 seconds. Fisher in motion once again. Carpino rolls. Has a couple of options, pointing to his receivers, takes it in himself. Another, or did he step out of bounds? Well, there's a flag. And they whistle that one right away. Did go in the end zone, but it's going to go against Mira Costa. So scratch that run and push the Mustangs back. Refs instantly blew that whistle as soon as he got in the end zone. First and long at the 20. 6:34 remaining in the ball game. Matt Harry in motion this time. They hand it off. Cole Trejo. Spin move does not work against this defense. Taken down by a few Eagles. Connor Michael, number 58, one of the first guys to get there. Gain of 3 on that run. Second and long. Play action. Caught. Berga Donovan. He doesn't go down right at the 8-yard line. Third down for the Mustangs. Four receivers set for Mira Costa. Carpino, look at this right, goes left. Signaling his quarterback, has pressure, there's flags on the field and throws it down. Lots going on that play. That's a hold on 72, Bobby Malaya. Malaya said it was me. AJ Ashodi came in there and said, was it me or? Okay, we're good. 4:57 remaining here. Ball was declined. It's going to be a 4th down for Mira Costa. And Jack Austin is out there, meaning they're going to go for a field goal. The holder, Jake Salazar. There's a snap, it's low. Austin does get it off, but it's no good. It's a low snap. I believe some of the Eagles got a piece of it as well. And no points. Still 42-21 with 4:52 remaining in the game. Mira Costa leads El Segundo. Romero will take over at the 20. Play action right up the middle to Gorte and gets popped once again by Cole Trejo. And Gorte taking a minute to come up here. And an unnecessary celebration by Cole Trejo after that hit, especially with the score the way it is. .440 remaining in this rivalry game as Mira Costa leads 42-21, and Joey Gorte will jog off the field himself. A good sign for the Eagle fans. No gain on that catch by Gorte. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Romero at their own 20. There's laundry all over the field. And it's going against El Segundo. Regardless of the score, 4 minutes and 40 seconds, you still want a clean game. You want to finish strong here. And these penalties, something that the Eagles do not need. Armand Saison runs to one of his linemen, trying to make something happen here, and brings it back at the 20. And Joey Gorte getting checked. He's a big part of this team, this big part of this offense moving forward. Finally, as the running back, him and Armand Saison. James Freilich, who's in there now, also can play a little bit of running back. Freilich, though, is split out as a receiver on this play. Saison, the lone back. Play action for Romero. He's looking deep for Kale, and Kale trips as he turns, and it's incomplete pass for Matthew Romero. Stops the clock at 3:48. And brings up a 4th and 10 for the Eagles. Romero from the 6 will punt. Not one of his best punts, excuse me. It's caught by Trejo. He's going to come back the other way. Chased down by the Eagles. Luis Beas, one of the first guys to get the tackle. .336 remaining in this one. 42-21. It's been an up and down game. Lots of offense. Lots of highlight plays as well. Matthew Romero with that hurdle, which got penalized. It looks like these results will hold up. Mira Costa will get their first victory into this rivalry that got renewed a few years back. Next year will be the 4th and final game for now at Mira Costa, as a run play goes nowhere for the Mustangs. Losses happen. It's just what you learn from them. Bad games happen. Everyone has bad days in any job that they're doing or anything they're participating in. It's just what you learn from it and how you move on and how you respond. And we'll see how the Eagles respond next week as they have Torrance here at home. Another run play from the Mustangs. David Bogodowski with the second carry of the evening. And for the Mustangs, they did a good job last week. Like I mentioned, they were negative 34 yards rushing. Although they had a good passing game for over 200 yards, they could not run the ball against La Serna and came here and had a good mix of run and pass. And that's what Coach Morrow told Emily before the start of this one. And for Mira Costa, they succeeded in what they wanted to do coming into this game. For the Eagles, will be another loss on this young season. Their first loss at home. A minute 45 here remaining. The Mustangs go to West Torrance next week and then South Hills. And then they start their league games against Palos Verdes at home. Like I mentioned, Torrance is here next week for the Eagles. And then El Segundo will travel to South Torrance and then open up the Ocean League play against Hawthorne at Hawthorne. Some good games coming up. We'll be here for the Torrance game as well as on October the 5th for the homecoming game against Beverly Hills. Timeout taken here. 1:23 remaining in this one. 42-21 your score. If you're a fan of touchdowns, we've seen plenty of them. And thank you for joining us here on El Segundo TV. Again, Egidio De Leo, Emily Grigley, Tolly Anderson. Another El Segundo TV production. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have a post-game wrap-up show, as always. We'll discuss everything about this game. We'll have a player of a game, and we'll preview the next few games for the Eagles. 1:23. Mustangs punted away. That's Jack Austin doing the punting as well. And the ball just outside of the 35-yard line. And that's where it gets downed. And that's where the Eagles will take over with a minute 14 remaining in this one. And it looks like Nick Villa will be taking over at quarterback his next few snaps. Nick Villa, number 3. 5'9", 155. A big part of this El Segundo defense. Also the backup quarterback. Villa throws, almost intercepted by Salazar. An incomplete pass brings up second down. Romero's night is done. 3 touchdowns for Romero. A few interceptions. There's Villa. Throws again. Has Freilich. Freilich goes down rough. Tackled by number 80, who's not on our list. Always one guy. And Eagles first down. A minute 02 here. As the clock ticks down. Villa drops back. As pressure gets it off with his left-handed quarterback. Looked like. That stops the clock with 42.3 seconds. So the Eagles, as they welcome Torrance next week, will see a whole different offense as well. In week 4, that famous wing T offense that Torrance runs. That's an old school offense. Speaking of old school offense, you don't see that anymore. We used to run that when I played. It was all wing T at Anchor Bay in Fairhaven, Michigan. Nick Villa drops back, completes it to Freilich. And a nice drive here by the Eagles, as they have something to hang their hats on. And maybe time for one more play for El Segundo. .25 seconds and counting. Villa under center. Throws it off of the hands. It's one of the young receivers. Pearson, James Pearson. Got the start in week 1. Scott Melton was out. Although the score says what it says, Scott Melton in the lineup definitely helped Matthew Romero early on. And that receiving quarterback duo going forward is something to watch. There's Villa. Looking to throw, will run it. Gets tripped down. That's 27, Vincent Rio. And that is it from Hazeltine Field. The final whistle blows, and Mira Costa wins this one by a final score of 42-21. And the Mustangs get their first victory in the season. It's now 1-2 on the series. Excuse me, first victory in the series. Mira Costa goes to 2-1 on the season. El Segundo drops to 1-2. The Eagles drop this one to this guy, Nick Carpino. He's down on the field with Emily.
Nick, you had an incredible game in the air, on the ground. You ran for 3 touchdowns. Being the quarterback, what was it that made you so hot tonight?
I think the offensive line just really shined, like huge holes for me to run through. Just couldn't have been better blocking, and then to go along with just a great scheme from coach, we played well.
You and McKinnon were connecting very well tonight as well. Why was that?
I think just the hard work and practice. I had time to throw out there, and when you get time with a good receiver like Brody, I think that's the result that's just going to happen. And he played well.
And then for the defense, what can you say about the D-line tonight?
I mean, more pressure on the quarterback is better, and we got tons of it tonight. Their quarterback played really well. He scrambled well, but ultimately just too much from us on defense.
Now, this rivalry has been pretty heavy in the 90s, and it came back, and you guys had a great rivalry the last few years. You finally got a win in. How does that feel for you guys?
It was awesome. We needed it. I mean, we were 1-1 coming into the game, lost 2 straight to El Segundo the last 2 years. No better time for a win, and we got it tonight. Played awesome this one.
And now looking forward to the rest of the season, what do you have to say, and what are you going to work towards as you get into week 4 and beyond?
I think, well, we're going to take 1 week at a time, just try to prepare. Next week, you got West Torrance, so that should be a fun one. I think we just need to play Costa football, and we'll be doing good out there.
We'll go enjoy the win. Congratulations.
Thanks, Emily. All smiles for Nick Carpino and the Mustangs as they get their second victory of the season, and the Eagles drop to 1-2. That's going to do it for everyone here at El Segundo TV. For Tolly Anderson, for Emily Grigley, I'm Miguel DeLeo. Stick around for the El Segundo Varsity Football post-game show right now on El Segundo TV. Good night.
to Hazeltine Field for the Eagles post-game show. Eagles fell short 42-21 alongside Emily Grigley, Egidio DeLu. I'm Tolly Anderson. Egidio, we're going to start with you. Where do you think the Eagles fell short tonight?
Well, it was just such a dominant Mira Costa team. They could not stop them on offense, defense, anything. Emily will talk more about the quarterback situation, and McKinnon and everyone showed up for the Mustangs. But one thing, we talked to Coach Shevlin yesterday at practice. He said, I don't care what the scoreboard looks like at the end of the game. What I want to see is the guys play good football, not make mistakes, and not give up. Coach Shevlin felt like they gave up last week against North Torrance. Today, you clearly could see that despite what the scoreboard read, these Eagles never gave up. As soon as Mira Costa would go down to score, they would come back with a big play and try to answer back with a touchdown. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough here to take down the Mustangs.
Coach Shevlin also said that the leadership, it was important for the seniors to not hang their head and to take care of the young, because there is a lot of young athletes on the Eagles right now. But on the Mustangs, how were they able to stay consistent the entire game?
I know, it was great. Talking to Coach Morrow, he told me in the beginning, before the game started, that what he told the players was to remain patient and keep balanced on the entire game. And they did that, both passing and rushing. And gosh, like you first said about the quarterback, Nick Caprino, he had a killer game. At the halftime, I asked Coach Morrow about it, and he said his hand is hot right now and his legs are very valuable. So he really just had a killer game.
He did. And Matthew, I don't want to overshine the Eagles at all, but I thought Matthew did a great game, even though he may have had 3 picks. But what were your takeaways on that?
Yeah, he still had touchdowns, and again, what you have to take away when they go back and watch film from this game is they never gave up. You could see him. He was leading his team, and despite what he thinks, maybe he had a bad game statistically, yeah, he had some bad turnovers there early on, a couple of interceptions that he probably shouldn't have thrown. But also, Coach Shevlin told us at practice, he wants to see Romero more as a traditional quarterback, stay in the pocket, look at his reads, not use his legs as much as he did perhaps the first 2 weeks, although he loves to run. He's a great running quarterback. He wants to see him in the pocket, make those throws, make those reads, and I think tonight, even though he made some bad throws, he stuck to that game plan. He stayed in the pocket, he looked at his receivers, at his options, and he tried to make some passes, and I think that's what you take away from, and moving forward, hopefully they can clean up some of those passes. They did get Scott Melton back, and he's only been back for 2 weeks.
I saw that,
yeah.
And that was amazing.
Exactly.
I believe he had something in the end zone, so that was great.
Yeah. So they have to get that chemistry going there. It's a little bit rusty, but they'll be fine.
Let's talk about a star player. I know that we obviously have our quarterbacks we always talk about, but I like to also mention other players that made a statement on the field. You first, Emily. Who would you say was a star player?
Oh, without question, Brody McKinnon, who is the wide receiver.
Oh, yes.
Him and Nick connected all night long, and it was nice to see.
Only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore. I know, and that's another thing that Coach Morrow told me is that, the front line is young. And on paper, they look smaller, which they clearly are in person. And for them to just show up tonight was good for them, especially with this rivalry. They were being undefeated by the El Segundo, so it's good to see a win from them.
And for you, the star player.
I'm going to give it to Christoph Charles. Not big statistically, had that big touchdown down there, but he's just such an athlete. And again, for a guy, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, a guy that hasn't really played at this type of level of varsity football. He's a soccer player. Again, won the CIF championship with the soccer team here. Played a little bit last year, but now really got the starting role. He earned the starting role here on varsity, and he's just living up to it. And you got to give it up to number 5, Christoph Charles. Congratulations.
Can I say, though, Matt, with his legs, did you not see that hurdle?
I was going to mention it, but I was like, we can't have the show be all about the Eagles. That was unreal.
That was a mad move right there, yeah.
Can we rewind, please?
Yeah.
Go back. Unreal. He loves to run. He plays baseball when he's not playing football.
Can't do that on a baseball field.
I know you can't.
But he has wheels. Yeah. He goes fast.
He does.
Coming up next, we have Torrance next Friday. Do you have any insight on them yet?
Well, for Torrance Tartars is an old school type of offense. They love that wing T offense. You don't see at all, really, except in college football. You see it in Navy and Army, and they still kind of run some sort of variation of the wing tee, but it's an old school offense. It's running down your throat. Torrance does like to substitute guys, at least they did in the past, a lot of different running backs, so you're going to see a lot of guys in the backfield, so that can throw off the defense a little bit. But the main thing for this El Segundo team, they're going to see a whole nother offense once again. This defense is going to see a whole nother offense for the fourth week now in a row.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see how they adjust to it. They made some adjustments here tonight for Mira Costa. Torrance, a different animal, more pretty much 99% running team, and hopefully they'll have a little more success against the Tartars here at home next week.
Oh my gosh, another home game, and as long as the team brings effort, they will be successful, Coach Shevlin said. That will do it here for us in Hazeltine Field. We'll see you next time.